In fact, given the situation that we are in right now, where we step out of this hall, we go back to our professional lives, we talk about political correctness, we have this big question, how do we balance this both? We now request Honorable Justice N. Kumar to deliver his presidential remarks and help us balance this tightrope that we live in, the tight situation that we are in. Welcome, sir.
My respectful pranamas to Shri Swamiji, Shri Rajiv Malhotra, ladies and gentlemen who have assembled here and who are very much interested in our culture and traditions. I am not a free person as Mr. Malhotra or as Mr. Swamiji. I have my own limitations. I may fully agree with them personally. Not two things about it. But one thing is certain from what they said. Now the ball is in our court. They have done their respective duties to the society. Rajiv Malhotra has spent considerable years in studying, understanding the problem, and he has now come out with some solutions. Certainly, we have not thought in that direction. Probably we don't have such time to think in that direction. But certainly we can have the benefit of his experience, his study, and what he says is appealable to us, so that we can take off from where he has left, so that we can save so much time for ourselves. Now, I am sure that every one of you who are here will agree that there is an attempt to break the unity of this country. Whatever may be the slogan, the ultimate object is to weaken this country, weaken this society, weaken this culture, weaken the dharma which has prevailed in this country for centuries. Therefore, there cannot be any doubt that as long as we are alive, we love this country, we will not allow that breaking which others intend doing. Unity of India is not a matter of compromise. Under no circumstances there will be a compromise. Then mere slogans and speeches is not sufficient to make the country united. As he said, somewhere we have to take head on these mischievous elements and show their place. Otherwise, as he said, they are so powerful, well knit, have enough resources to destroy our backbone. Therefore, it is time that making use of the very same instruments which they are using, maybe media, maybe funds, maybe literature, maybe research. If we make up our mind, first to defend our culture, to defend our religion, to defend this country without being aggressive, probably that should be sufficient to see that their influences would not work. The reason why I say this is, few hundred years of Muslim rule, few hundred years of British rule this country had. When they were at the top, they could do nothing. Now the question is, we don't have any problem from outside. The problem is from inside. They know that they cannot anymore invade country with armies. Therefore, they have chosen this means of propagation, you call it education, you call it science, you call it by whatever name. The ultimate sinister object is to destroy this country and the unity. Now what are they doing? As he rightly put it out, taking our constitution as the basis. Now the argument is the Indian society is full of discrimination. Women are not protected, minorities are not protected, socially backward communities are not protected, there is human rights violation. So a big campaign in the name of these issues are underway. And gullible public in this country believe there is something seriously wrong with our religion, wrong with our culture. And see how these new ideas, if they are put into practice, we will be able to achieve equality, we will be able to achieve development, we will be able to achieve happiness. So people are carried away by these catchy words and propaganda. It is here, as I rightly put it, all those persons who are educated, intellectuals, who believe in the dharma of this country, this culture, should do something more than what we are doing. I am sure all of you are from the corporate sector. You are very familiar with what is called as corporate social responsibility. The corporations do it. We are not corporations, we are individuals. But the principle underlining that, if we can adopt in our life in our own way, probably it will go a long way in defending this country, this culture and the religion. All the time we are worried about ourselves, wife and children, getting promotions, acquiring a house, a beautiful vehicle, going a foreign troop, then getting our children a seat in a professional college, getting them married. Whole life is around this, and we are not thinking about the country and our responsibility to the society. So if you have assembled here today, and if you have heard Mr. Rajiv Malhotra, the minute details we can make out from that book. A time has come when we have to set up some time and some portion of our earning in fighting against these sinister campaigns and defending ourselves. Without doing this sacrifice, any amount of talk, wonderful talk, beautiful language doesn't take us anywhere. And that's what most of us are doing. There is no lack of intelligence in this country. I am sure, having visited a few foreign countries, we are the best. We suffer from an inferiority complex. Even after 60 years of independence, we believe everything in America is good, everything in Europe is good, and now we have started believing everything in China is good. That's the worst we can think of. Ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you, this is a country which was so forward thousands of years back, and today we think that we are educated, we think science has made any difference. If you only look into our past, then you will understand how backward you are. To know your backwardness, go backwards and see our scriptures. Therefore I say, as far as the capacity is concerned, ability is concerned, absolutely there is no difficulty. And ours is a country of 120 crores population. Manpower is no problem. The problem is our thinking. Problem is our want of commitment to these causes. Even now, time is not late. If we all united, if we make up our mind to sacrifice a little bit of our comforts, funds or time, we will be able to take on this assault on this culture, the country and our dharma. And if we don't do it, the future will not excuse us. All of you know Ganges is polluted. It is our mother. Similarly, our religion is polluted. The only option is not to fight with their religion, not to fight with the river. We have to clean the Ganges. Like that, we have to clean our religion, whatever that is shortcomings are there. Because it is only an interpolation. It is only a wrong interpretation. It is only a wrong way of living. Our religion, our dharma is sublime, pure. We fellows, without understanding it, we have spoiled it. And now once we understand it, we can clean it and make it as pure as the river Ganges. One thing I would like to stress here is, today we are talking about so many religions. There is only one religion which has no birth. When there is no birth, there cannot be a death. And that is our religion. Adi illa, adrinda antyavilla. ಪ್ರಾರಂಭವಾದರೆ ಕೊನೆ ಆಗಲೇಬೇಕು. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಈ ಧರ್ಮ, ಈ ಸನಾತನ ಧರ್ಮ ಈ ಥರ ಹೊಡೆತಗಳನ್ನು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಅನುಭವಿಸಿದ್ರು ಸಹ ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ನೆಲದ ಮಣ್ಣು, ಈ ನೆಲದ ಜನ ಅದನ್ನು ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಒಪ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇವತ್ತು ಯಾರು ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಯುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡಿ ಜಾಗವನ್ನು ಗೆಲ್ಲೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲೂ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಬಲರಾಗಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅವರೊಂದು ವಿಚಾರ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಆಸ್ ಎ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಾ, ದ ರಿಯಲ್ ಥ್ರೆಟ್ ಟು ದಿ ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ comes from this onslaught of intellectual property rights. Because you are all from that field, let me tell you, there is a big campaign going on. We just believe what the Western world says. Look at our World Trade Organization agreements. They're all one-sided. What China is doing today, the America did yesterday. But now everybody is preaching us principles. That's one area where you coming from the IT field must be clear about it. Today they are talking about rights, enforcement of rights. All that was not there as long as it was against their interest. Today, now that a collected IP in such a number, they don't want others to steal it. And therefore they have brought in laws. That law doesn't apply in China. That's why they have made progress. After you make progress, then you can think about principles. So that's the crux. And we are only talking about principles and we are not making any progress. If that is so, as far as intellectual property rights is concerned, as Mr. Rajiv Malhotra has pointed out, in every field, there is a concerted attempt to undermine our religion. Because the religion is so strong, they want to digest it and become powerful. And today, for everything they want to say, it originated from here or there, and trying to confuse the mind of the gullible public of this country. Let me tell you, we have a wonderful constitution, which is called the Constitution of India. They say we got these principles from American Constitution, Canadian Constitution, Englishman and Australian Constitution. Right to freedom of speech, right to forum association, right to life, right to equality. We accept it because we don't know our past. If only you make an attempt to know our past, there is nothing in Constitution which was not there in this country, in our dharma. We talk about Sarva Dharma Sahishnute. You don't get it anywhere, only in this country. And that is in the Constitution. They say we have taken from some other country, where it is not there. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. One word. The equality clause. Advaita philosophy. Because we don't know our past, because we have not studied our literature, our culture. We think all these wonderful ideas have come from Western, how advanced they are. It only shows our ignorance. Now, Rajiv Malhotra has done a wonderful work. He has been successful enough to make us think. An individual cannot fight this, but he is successful in making people think. And once we start thinking, once we start understanding, and then, as he has suggested, several solutions, if we can work in that direction, probably his life's ambition is fulfilled. In the process, the country will be united. We can successfully defeat this intention to break the country and make this country a world power in the coming days. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful presidential remarks that you have delivered.